Well, there are plenty of games coming up in 2024, and single-player games is always something I personally prefer, and I'm pretty sure that you guys would too. So today we're going to take a look at top 10 upcoming single-player games that is coming in 2024 and beyond. Now, starting off with the first one, the original Jurassic Park Survival. Now, in this game, you're going to be returning to Isla Nublar, the first day after the events of beloved 1993 Jurassic Park film. Now, it's basically a single-player first-person action survival game where you're going to be surviving inside of the Jurassic Park. And if you've watched the 1993 Jurassic Park movie, where one of the scientists, Dr. Maya Joshi, who was unable to evacuate Biller Island, which is apparently the Jurassic Park, is now supposed to be surviving all on herself. And what's gone wrong is that the safety features for the park is completely broken down, which means the dinosaurs are in loose, and that is basically how the storyline goes. Now, this game is going to be coming out in 2024. We don't exactly have a release date, but it will be making out to the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and the PC versions. Now, up next, we have a Metal Gear Solid Snake. Now, this is, of course, not a game that I need to give introduction to because all the Metal Gear Solid fans are already waiting for this game. And we've also got some new gameplay that was shared by Kojima Production. So, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater is going to be a single-player, linear-focused storyline game, which is going to be coming out sometime in 2024. We don't exactly have the release window as of now, but the only thing we know is that 2024 is the prominent date. The Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater is going to be releasing on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and as well as on the PC versions. And now next up we have a Project M. Now this is actually an incredibly realistic looking Unreal Engine 5.2 game. Now this is basically a South Korean game that is developed by NCSoft, who decided to make an interactive narrative game that is shaped by player choices. Now the game is developed completely on the Unreal Engine 5 and will release on console platforms as well as for the PC versions, meaning the PS5, Xbox Series X, as well as on the PC versions. Now the Project M is aiming to be one of the most ultra-realistic graphics game that is set in Korea. Now, unfortunately, we don't have an exact release date for this game, but all that we know is that it's going to be coming out in 2024 for all the platforms. Now, moving up next, we have a Space Marine 2. Now, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the first Space Marine game, and believe it or not, a lot of people did enjoy the first predecessor game, and now the Warhammer developers decided to go ahead and make a sequel. And trust me, the storyline for this game is absolutely fantastic. And if you played games like Gears of War, that is probably how the experience of Space Marine is going to be feeling. So if that is something you like, then I think you guys will absolutely have a blast with this upcoming game, Space Marine 2. Now, Space Marine 2 is going to be releasing on September 9th, 2024. Now, it's going to be coming out for PC and PlayStation 5 as well as for Xbox Series X. Now, next up, we have one of the most fan-favorite and one of the most anticipated games of all time, which is none other than The Witcher 4. Now, CD Projekt Red has already confirmed that Witcher 4 is currently in development, and this game is set to be breaking records when it comes to making one of the best open-world fantasy RPG games out there. And CD Projekt Red has made some major promises in terms of this game, and they've also said that Witcher 3 is nothing compared to what Witcher 4 is going to be like. And if you think Witcher 3 was already one of the best games of this generation, then it seems like CD Projekt Red has more in store for us. And CDPR has already confirmed that Witcher 4 is going to be releasing in early 2025 on the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and the PC versions. Now, up next on number 6, this is one of my most anticipated games of 2024, which is Rise of Ronin. Now, usually when it comes to single-player games, especially open-world games, for some reason I just love the setting of ancient and feudal Japan feel and the environment of the open world, and Rise of Ronin definitely delivers on all that it promises. Now, if you're someone that is looking for an emotional ride into the fields of ancient Japan and getting to experience the life of a warrior Ronin who's trying to get back his broken family and all his brothers who have been fallen and rising up the name of the Ronin clan. Now, from the looks of the trailers and gameplays that was shown, the combat looks absolutely fantastic, and it already feels like the storyline is going to be an emotional roller coaster. player, and I am just all in for some emotional single player camping. Now, Rise of Ronin is going to be releasing on March 22nd, 2024, and the game is only going to be available on PlayStation 5. Now, up next, we have one of the most anticipated games, and something that just came out of the blue and nobody expected for this game to blow up. Yes, I'm talking about Black Myth Wukong. This is a Monkey King game where you're going to be playing as the 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West, where you're going to be fighting against some bizarre monsters, and the storyline is basically all about the Chinese folklore who's known as the Monkey King. Now, we've already got to see so many different types of gameplays ever since it was announced all the way back, I believe, in 2020, and now it's finally time that August 20th of 2024 is going to be the date. Mark your calendars, because Black Myth Wukong is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and the PC versions. The next up is a very special game. It's called Inzoi. Now, apparently this is one of the games that really took me out of surprise, and it actually looks very colorful and especially pleasing to the eyes for some reason, and it's just something about the art style that the developers have chosen to go with this game. Now, this game was officially unveiled during G-Star 2023, and it was one of the most hyped, or one of the most surprising games that just came out of the blue. And apparently it's a game that is kind of like The Sims, but at the same time it's a single player story mode game, and no further information has been given about this game. It's just this bizarre gameplay that they just showed off. Nobody knows what exactly this game represents and what kind of a storyline are we going to be expecting from this game, but all we know is that the game looks colorful. Now, Inzoi is going to be coming out in late 2024 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, as well as for the PC versions. Now, up next on the list, we have Ghost Recon Project Over. Now, this is one of the most hyped games from Ubisoft that a lot of Ghost Recon fans have already been looking forward to, and it seems like Ubisoft is going to be unveiling this game in Ubisoft Forward of 2024, which is most likely going to be taking place in the month of March or May, or maybe even during the June month, which is usually when the E3 press conference takes place. And now that E3 is completely shut down, we know that Ubisoft Forward is going to be the one place where Ubisoft might finally be unveiling their upcoming Ghost Recon game. Now, as of now, the code name for the game is known as Project Over. We don't have an exact name for the game yet, but it's set to be coming out sometime in 2025. And now for the top 10th game, which is something I'm super excited for, which is Assassin's Creed Codename Red. Yes, that's right. Ubisoft's one of the most anticipated, and from what Ubisoft has announced so far, it seems like Codename Red is going to be one of the most ambitious Assassin's Creed games ever created during the time of feudal Japan. Now, I am super excited to go ahead, play as a samurai as well as a ninja character. Like, come on, who doesn't want to experience the world of Japan playing as a ninja? Now, Assassin's Creed Codename Red is going to be coming out in 2024, and that is pretty much confirmed because Ubisoft has already announced that 2024 is their final timeline as to when they're going to be releasing Assassin's Creed Infinity, inside which Assassin's Creed Codename Red is going to be launching alongside Assassin's Creed Hexa. Apparently, both of these games are planned to be releasing sometime in 2024. Now that we have completed with all the 10 upcoming single-player games, I guess it's finally time to jump into some of the bonus games that I want to be adding onto the list. Number one being Star Wars Outlaws, which is once again Ubisoft games, and it seems like Ubisoft has a lot of lineup for this year. And this game is going to be coming out in late 2024 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and the PC versions. And apart from that, we also have Hellblade 2. Now, my god, this is one game that really blew my minds off in terms of how good a gameplay and the artistic feature. And apart from Sony, I think Microsoft has done some incredible job in making this a first-party game for Xbox and PC versions. Now, Hellblade 2 is set to be releasing sometime in 2024. They haven't really given us an official release date yet, but 2024 is what we know so far with the all-new technology with Unreal Engine 5.2. I'm super excited to get my hands on this game. And now, lads, with that comes an end to all of our list. Now, if you guys think that there should be some more games added to the list, then leave them in the comments down below. I've handpicked some of the most anticipating games for this list. I know that there are plenty of games out there that I might have missed. Now, remember, these are some of the games that I am personally super excited about, and I think the community has also been looking forward to. These are some of the AAA games that fans are actually very excited about. So if you guys do know any of the upcoming games, let me know down below in the comments. And yes, I know the GTA 6 is also in the list, but the reason why why I did not add that is because I wanted to give opportunities to some of the other games, because GTA 6 is well familiar and people know it already. So I wanted to give other games a chance in this video as well. So if you guys have any more games, leave them in the comments. I would love to read your comments and reply to as many of you guys as I possibly can. Now if you guys did go on and enjoy this video, please just take a few seconds of your valuable time and drop a like on this video. And if you guys are looking for a YouTube channel that keeps you guys updated with all the latest and the greatest information, news, updates, leaks, and all the stuff that you guys need about upcoming open world games and about all the upcoming gaming news, then make sure to go ahead, subscribe to the channel and turn the notifications on and set it to all. Now with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy fams, and goodbye.